Every person has a hidden power sleeping inside them. This power is not found in muscles or money. It lives quietly inside the mind. Your mind is the command center of your entire life. It decides what you believe. It shapes how you act. It builds the story you tell yourself every day. But most people never learn how their mind truly works. They live on auto mode. They wake up, do the same things, think the same thoughts, and feel the same emotions. They wonder why life feels stuck. The truth is simple. Your outer world is only a reflection of your inner world. If you change the program running inside your mind, your life outside will also change. Reprogramming your mind is not magic. It is science mixed with awareness. It means learning how thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs become actions. It means understanding that every habit, every fear, and every dream begins with a single pattern of thought. The good news is, patterns can be changed. Your brain can be rewired. Your life can be redesigned. This book is your personal guide to that transformation. It will show you how to shift your thoughts, reshape your beliefs, and rebuild your confidence. You will learn to break old patterns that keep you stuck. You will understand the deep power of your subconscious mind. You will learn how emotions, environment, and daily choices create your inner world. And most importantly, you will learn how to become unstoppable from within. Becoming unstoppable is not about being perfect. It is about becoming aware. It is about learning how to respond instead of react. It is about using the mind as your greatest tool instead of your biggest enemy. When your mind works with you instead of against you, everything changes. Your energy changes. Your results change. Your entire life shifts direction. So take a deep breath. Let go of the noise around you. For the next few moments, this is your time to understand yourself better. This is your journey inward. A journey to master your thoughts. A journey to rewrite your story. A journey to awaken the power that has always been inside you. And now, as we begin, let's take the first step toward that transformation. Let's explore where true change begins. Let's step into the first chapter. Chapter 1. The beginning of change. Every big transformation in life starts with one simple decision. The decision to change. Change does not happen by accident. It begins the moment you say to yourself, "Enough is enough." It begins when you realize that your old way of thinking no longer fits your new dreams. In that moment, your journey of reprogramming truly begins. Many people wait for the perfect time to change. They wait for motivation. They wait for signs. But change never waits for the right time. It happens when you decide that now is your time. Even the smallest step toward growth opens the door to a new future. The moment you take that step, your brain begins to build new connections. It starts believing that progress is possible. You see, your mind has been learning and repeating patterns all your life. Some of those patterns help you grow. Some keep you trapped. When you say, "I can't," your brain remembers it. When you say, "I will try," your brain learns it too. The first step to becoming unstoppable is to become aware of what you tell yourself daily. Awareness is the seed of all change. You cannot fix what you refuse to notice. So take a quiet moment and look within. Ask yourself, what thoughts do I repeat most often? Do I speak hope or doubt to myself? Do I see myself as powerful or limited? Your answers reveal the program running your life. If that program is filled with fear, it's time to rewrite it. And if it's filled with faith, it's time to strengthen it. Change begins when you stop blaming the world and start understanding your own mind. It is not your past that controls you. It is your patterns. And patterns can be changed. You are not broken. You are simply running an old mental code that no longer serves you. Once you see that, you become free to reprogram it. One of the biggest lies the mind tells you is that change is hard. The truth is, change is natural. Your body renews its cells every day. Your thoughts can renew too. The only thing stopping you is resistance. That inner voice that whispers, "What if I fail?" But here's a secret. You have already failed many times and survived. So why not risk success this time? In the beginning, your brain will fight to stay the same. It prefers comfort over challenge. But growth never happens in comfort. It happens when you take a deep breath and move forward anyway. Each new thought you think, each new choice you make, creates a new path in your brain. Over time, those new paths become your new reality. That is how you reprogram your mind. Not by force, but by gentle, repeated direction. Every day, remind yourself that you are the creator of your life. You hold the remote control to your mind. You can switch from fear to courage, from confusion to clarity, from stuck to unstoppable. The key is consistency. Small steps repeated with faith become powerful transformations. So, if you want to start fresh, start now. Speak differently. Act differently. Think differently. You don't need to know the entire road ahead. You just need to take the first step. Each step teaches your mind a new way to live. Each new choice tells your brain that you are in control. And as you keep walking this path, something amazing happens. You begin to feel lighter. You begin to notice the world responding to your energy. Opportunities appear where fear once stood. Confidence grows where doubt once lived. That is the true beginning of change. Not outside, but within. Remember this truth. You are not your past thoughts. You are the thinker of those thoughts. And that means you can create new ones. This realization is your first victory. It is the doorway to your new reality. Now that you have taken the first step and opened your mind to the idea of change, it's time to go deeper. It's time to understand how the mind truly works and why it does what it does. Because to reprogram it, you must first know its language. Let's move forward into the next chapter. Chapter 2. Understanding the mind. To reprogram your mind, you must first understand it. Your mind is like a powerful machine made of thoughts, memories, and emotions. It has two main parts, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is what you use every day when you think, plan, or decide. It helps you choose what to eat, what to say, or where to go. But it is only a small part of who you are. The subconscious mind is much larger. It is silent but strong. It controls your habits, your emotions, and your automatic reactions. Everything you have ever seen, heard, or felt is stored inside your subconscious mind. It never forgets. Even when you think you have moved on, your subconscious remembers. It is like a library of your life. This is why certain sounds, smells, or words can suddenly bring back old emotions. Your subconscious is always awake, even when you sleep. Most of your daily life runs from the subconscious. You drive, walk, and talk without thinking about each step. That is your inner programming at work. The problem begins when that program is built on fear, doubt, or pain. Then you keep repeating old patterns, even when they no longer serve you. You may want success, but if your subconscious believes you are not worthy, it will stop you. You may want love, but if your mind holds fear, it will push love away. The good news is, the subconscious can be reprogrammed. It listens carefully to what you think and feel most often. Every thought you repeat becomes a message to your subconscious. If you say, "I am confident," again and again, it begins to believe it. If you say, "I am not enough," it believes that too. The subconscious does not argue. It simply obeys. That is why your inner talk is so powerful. Think of your mind like a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. Whatever you plant, the subconscious helps grow. If you plant positivity, you harvest peace. If you plant fear, you harvest limitation. The choice is always yours. The garden does not care what kind of seed you give it. It only knows how to grow. Understanding the mind means taking back control of that garden. It means becoming aware of what you are planting each day. Your beliefs are the roots. Your emotions are the water. Your habits are the sunlight. When all three align with your vision, your life blooms naturally. To master your mind, start by observing your thoughts. Watch what you think without judging. Ask yourself where each belief came from. Was it taught to you or chosen by you? Awareness opens the door to transformation. Once you become aware, you can replace old thoughts with better ones. Your mind is your greatest tool. It can make you fearful or fearless, weak or unstoppable. Once you understand how it works, you can train it to work for you instead of against you. That is the real meaning of mental freedom. Now that you understand how your mind functions, it is time to explore something even deeper. The very spark that creates every belief, every emotion, and every habit. That spark is your thought. Let's step into the next chapter. Chapter 3. The Power of Thoughts. Everything that exists in your life began as a thought. Every building, invention, or achievement first lived inside someone's mind. Thoughts are the seeds of all creation. They are invisible, but they shape everything you see. Your thoughts are the starting point of your reality. Each thought you think sends energy into motion. When you think of joy, your body feels light and open. When you think of fear, your muscles tighten and your breathing changes. Your body reacts to every thought instantly. This means your thoughts are not just ideas. They are signals that guide your emotions and your actions. Most people think without awareness. They let random thoughts flow through their minds all day. And most of those thoughts are negative. They worry about what went wrong or what could go wrong. They repeat old fears like background music. Over time, those repeated thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs create reality. The good news is that you can choose what to think. You are not your thoughts, you are the thinker behind them. Just like you can change a radio channel, you can change the channel of your mind. When you consciously choose better thoughts, you begin to rewire your brain. You create new mental pathways that lead to confidence, peace, and success. Every time you say something positive to yourself, you give your mind a new command. Your brain starts looking for evidence to support that thought. If you say, "I can learn anything," your brain becomes alert to opportunities to learn. If you say, "I always fail," your brain notices only proof of failure. That is how powerful your thoughts are. They shape what you notice and what you ignore. To master your thoughts, first become aware of them. Notice what kind of words run through your mind each day. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, pause. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? If it hurts, change it gently. Replace "I can't" with "I will try." Replace "I am not ready" with "I am becoming ready." Your mind learns through repetition and kindness, not force. Visualization is another way to use thought power. When you imagine something with emotion, your brain believes it's real. That's why athletes visualize winning before they compete. Your mind can't always tell the difference between imagination and experience. So imagine success every day. See it clearly. Feel it deeply. Act as if it's already true. This simple practice tells your brain to move in that direction. Remember, every thought has energy. When you think negative, you drain your energy. When you think positive, you charge your energy. Over time, your dominant thoughts create your destiny. So protect your mental space. Choose thoughts that lift you higher. Feed your mind with inspiration, gratitude, and love. You are the author of your inner story. And every story begins with a single thought. If you want a new life, start by thinking new thoughts. Because thought is the foundation of all creation. Change your thoughts, and your entire world changes. Now that you understand the power of thoughts, it's time to go one step deeper. Thoughts repeated again and again become beliefs. And beliefs are what truly shape who you become. Let's explore how belief turns thought into reality in the next chapter. Chapter 4. Belief creates reality. Everything you experience in life begins with belief. Before you act, before you decide, and before you succeed, you first believe. Belief is the invisible foundation beneath every choice you make. It is the voice inside your mind that says yes or no. You do not see belief, but you live through it every day. If you believe you can, your mind opens to possibilities. If you believe you cannot, your mind closes the door. Your belief decides how far you will go, not your talent or your luck. That is why two people in the same situation can have completely different outcomes. One sees hope, the other sees failure. The difference lies in what they believe. Your beliefs are not facts. They are programs written by experience, culture, and emotion. Most of them were formed long before you were aware of them. A parent's words, a teacher's opinion, a past failure, all can become powerful beliefs. If someone told you as a child that you were not smart, that belief may still live inside you. It quietly shapes your confidence and limits your risk-taking. The good news is that beliefs can be changed. They are not carved in stone. They are written in your mind, and you hold the pen. To reprogram belief, you must first see it. Ask yourself, what do I truly believe about myself? Do I believe I deserve success? Do I believe I can grow? Do I believe I am enough? The mind always acts according to its strongest belief. If your inner belief says you are weak, you will act weakly. If it says you are powerful, your actions will show power. Belief is created through repetition and proof. When you repeat an idea often enough, your brain accepts it as truth. When you act on that idea and see results, the belief grows stronger. This is how confidence is built. One small success at a time. You must feed your mind evidence that supports your new identity. Say to yourself, I am capable. Then take a small action that proves it. Each action becomes proof, and proof becomes belief. Be careful about the words you use. Every word you speak shapes your belief system. When you say, I always fail, your mind believes you. When you say, I am learning, your mind opens up. The subconscious mind follows whatever it hears most. Speak the language of power, not limitation. Remember, belief is not about pretending. It is about training your mind to focus on possibility. It is not about lying to yourself. It is about choosing to build a better truth. When you believe in your strength, your energy changes. You attract better ideas and take braver steps. You stop waiting for permission and start creating your own path. The moment you change a belief, your whole life begins to shift. Doors that once seemed closed begin to open. Opportunities appear where fear once lived. Because belief does not just guide your mind, it shapes your entire reality. So today, decide to believe differently. Believe that you are capable of change. Believe that your dreams are possible. Believe that your past does not define your future. Belief is the seed. Reality is the fruit. And both are planted in your mind. Now that you understand how belief creates your world, it is time to face the patterns that keep those old beliefs alive. Let's step into the next chapter. Chapter 5. Breaking Old Patterns. Every life is a collection of patterns. We wake up the same way. We think the same thoughts. We react to the same situations in the same manner. These repeated cycles shape who we are and what we experience. If you want to change your life, you must first change your patterns. Patterns are like invisible roads in your brain. They tell your mind where to go automatically. When you repeat an action or thought again and again, your brain builds a shortcut for it. That shortcut becomes a habit. Over time, it becomes a pattern that controls your behavior. This is why change feels difficult. You are not just fighting your willpower. You are rewiring deep roads inside your mind. Most people live on autopilot. They wake up, think, feel, and act in the same predictable loop. Their mind says, this is who I am. But in truth, it is only a learned program. You can break the loop by becoming aware of it. Awareness is the first step to freedom. You cannot change what you do not notice. Start by observing your daily reactions. How do you respond to stress? What thoughts run through your mind when something goes wrong? Which emotions appear again and again? Each repeated reaction is a clue to an old pattern. Maybe you always doubt yourself when faced with a challenge. Maybe you always expect rejection before it even happens. These are not random feelings. They are learned responses from the past. To break a pattern, you must interrupt it. When the old reaction rises, pause. Take a breath. Do not respond immediately. Your pause creates a space of power. In that space, you can choose a new response. The old pattern says, give up. The new pattern says, try again. The old pattern says, you are not enough. The new pattern says, you are learning and growing. Each time you choose differently, the brain begins to change. Change does not happen in one day. It happens one choice at a time. Your brain learns through repetition and emotion. The more often you repeat a new response, the stronger it becomes. Eventually, the new path replaces the old one. What once felt unnatural becomes your new normal. Forgive yourself if you fall back into old habits. Patterns are stubborn, not because you are weak, but because they are familiar. The mind loves safety. Even painful patterns can feel safe because they are known. But comfort is not the same as growth. To become unstoppable, you must step beyond comfort. You must teach your mind that new can also mean safe. Breaking old patterns is an act of awareness, courage, and patience. You are not just changing behavior. You are changing identity. Each time you choose differently, you tell your mind, I am no longer that person. I am creating a new version of myself. That message, repeated often enough, becomes truth. When you start to break free from the old, something magical happens. You begin to feel lighter. You start noticing choices you never saw before. The world seems bigger. The future seems possible. That is the power of breaking old patterns. Now that you understand how habits and patterns control your life, it is time to look deeper into where they come from. They do not start in your conscious mind. They begin far below the surface, in the silent world of your subconscious. Let's explore that deeper level in the next chapter. Chapter 6. The Science of the Subconscious. Deep inside every human being lives a hidden force that silently shapes who we become. It is not loud. It does not speak with words. But it listens. It watches. It remembers. This force is called the subconscious mind. It is like a garden that never stops growing. Whatever seeds you plant there, through your thoughts and emotions, will eventually bloom in your life. The science of the subconscious reveals that almost 90% of our daily actions, reactions, and habits come from this invisible part of the mind. The conscious mind is like the captain of a ship. It decides where to go. But the subconscious is the engine room that makes the journey possible. If the captain says one direction, but the engine is programmed for another, the ship will not move as expected. That is why understanding the subconscious is not just important. It is essential for change. Because no matter how strong your willpower is, if your subconscious beliefs are against you, you will feel stuck. The subconscious learns through repetition and emotion. Every time you repeat a thought or feel an emotion deeply, you are sending a message to your inner world saying, this is real. For example, if you keep saying, I am not good enough, even without meaning to, your subconscious takes it as truth and begins to act on it. It will make choices, attract experiences, and build habits that match that belief. But the same power works for you when you say, I am capable, I am growing, I am worthy. The subconscious does not argue. It accepts what you give it. Science has shown that our subconscious stores everything we have ever experienced. Every sound, smell, image, and feeling stays within us even if we are not aware of it. These memories create the filter through which we see the world. That is why two people can face the same situation and react completely differently. One may see opportunity, the other may see fear. Their inner programming is different. You can start reprogramming your subconscious by using 3 powerful tools. The first is awareness. You must notice what messages you are feeding your mind daily. The second is visualization. When you close your eyes and imagine your success with strong emotion, your subconscious cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. The third is repetition. The more often you repeat empowering thoughts, the deeper they go into your subconscious garden. Think of the subconscious like a faithful servant. It does not judge, it does not question, it only obeys. If you plant weeds, it grows weeds. If you plant flowers, it grows flowers. The choice is always yours. As you begin to understand this science, you realize that real transformation starts below the surface. It is not about forcing change. It is about aligning your inner programming with your outer goals. When your conscious desire and subconscious belief move in the same direction, success becomes effortless. The journey continues in the next chapter, where we will uncover how the mind communicates through a secret language that shapes our emotions, choices, and destiny. It is time to learn the language of the mind. Chapter 7. The Language of the Mind. Every mind speaks a language of its own. It does not use words like we do in conversation. Instead, it communicates through images, emotions, symbols, and sensations. Understanding this secret language is the key to influencing your subconscious mind and shaping your reality. Your thoughts are not random. They are coded messages to your inner world. When you imagine something vividly, your mind begins to treat it as real. If you picture failure often, your subconscious starts preparing your body and emotions to match that picture. But when you imagine success, strength, and peace, your subconscious begins to align your energy and actions to bring that image to life. This is the silent power of mental imagery. Athletes have used this for decades. Before a race, they close their eyes and imagine every movement, every step, every sound of victory. Their subconscious learns that pattern and helps their body perform it in reality. You too can use this same principle. When you want to achieve something, do not only think about it. Feel it. See it. Live it in your mind first. The subconscious mind learns best through emotion and sensory experience. Another part of this language is self-talk. Every time you speak to yourself, you are giving instructions to your subconscious. Phrases like, "I cannot do this," or "I always fail," become commands. They shape the way you feel and behave. To change this, you must consciously choose empowering language. Replace "I cannot" with "I am learning." Replace "I am afraid" with "I am growing." Over time, your subconscious begins to believe the new words and create matching experiences. Visualization and self-talk are only two parts of this mental language. The third is feeling. Emotion is the ink that writes on the pages of your subconscious. Whatever you feel strongly about gets stored deeply. That is why gratitude, love, and excitement have such strong creative power. When you combine positive feeling with clear mental pictures and supportive words, your mind starts to respond like fertile soil ready to grow anything you plant. You can practice this language daily. Before you sleep, picture yourself living your best life. Imagine yourself calm, confident, and successful. Speak those words aloud or silently. Feel them as if they are already true. This small practice can slowly rewrite the programs running deep inside you. The mind does not understand negative language the same way the conscious brain does. If you say, "I do not want to fail," your subconscious focuses on the word fail. It sees the image of failure and starts preparing for it. Instead, speak in the language of what you do want. Say, "I am ready to succeed." Say, "I am confident." Say, "I am peaceful." The mind follows the picture you paint, not the words you deny. When you learn to speak this hidden language, you gain control over how your inner world responds to the outer one. You stop being a victim of random emotions and start becoming the author of your inner story. In the next chapter, we will explore the powerful force that fuels all thoughts and actions. It is invisible, yet magnetic. It can lift you or drain you. That force is emotional energy. Chapter 8. Emotional energy. Every thought carries a vibration, and that vibration is fueled by emotion. Emotion is energy in motion. It moves through you, shapes your thoughts, and influences the choices you make each day. Emotional energy can lift you up or pull you down. It can make your dreams feel possible or make your fears seem larger than life. Learning to understand and direct this energy is one of the most powerful skills you can ever develop. Imagine your emotions as waves in an ocean. When they are calm, you can see clearly and sail smoothly. But when they become stormy, your vision is blurred, and it is easy to lose direction. Most people let their emotions control them. They react without awareness. But those who learn to master their emotional energy can use it as fuel for creativity, focus, and strength. Emotions are not your enemy. They are signals from your subconscious mind telling you what is happening inside. When you feel fear, it means your mind is trying to protect you. When you feel anger, it means a boundary has been crossed. When you feel joy, your energy is aligned with your true self. The key is not to fight your emotions, but to listen to them and guide them. Positive emotions like love, gratitude, hope, and excitement have a higher vibration. They expand your energy field and open your mind to new possibilities. Negative emotions like guilt, shame, and resentment have a lower vibration. They contract your energy and keep you stuck in the same mental patterns. Science has even shown that our emotions can affect our physical body. Stress can weaken the immune system, while joy and laughter can strengthen it. So how can you manage your emotional energy? The first step is awareness. When you notice what you are feeling, you regain power. The second step is acceptance. Do not resist your emotions. Let them move through you without judgment. The third step is redirection. Once the emotion has been felt, choose where to send that energy. You can turn frustration into motivation. You can turn sadness into reflection. You can turn fear into preparation. Breathing deeply is one of the simplest ways to shift emotional energy. Each deep breath calms your nervous system and tells your subconscious mind that you are safe. Gratitude is another powerful practice. It raises your emotional vibration instantly. Even in hard times, when you find one small thing to be thankful for, your energy begins to rise. You can also protect your emotional energy by being mindful of the people and environments around you. Energy is contagious. When you spend time with people who are always negative or fearful, you absorb some of that vibration. But when you surround yourself with positive, uplifting people, your emotional state improves naturally. Your emotions are not random. They are your internal compass. When you feel good, it means you are moving toward alignment with your purpose. When you feel low, it is a signal to pause, reflect, and realign. Mastering emotional energy is not about always being happy. It is about learning to use every feeling as a teacher and guide. In the next chapter, we will explore the power that turns this emotional energy into sharp direction and productivity. It is the ability to concentrate your mind like a beam of light. That power is focus. Chapter 9. The Habit of Focus. Focus is the secret bridge between thoughts and results. Without focus, even the best ideas remain unfinished. Focus directs your energy, attention, and actions toward a single point. It is like a magnifying glass, concentrating sunlight to create fire. The same energy scattered in different directions produces nothing. When you learn to focus consistently, you transform your potential into achievement. Your mind naturally wants to wander. It seeks distractions, excitement, and novelty. Every notification, conversation, or worry pulls your attention in a new direction. Most people live in a state of constant distraction, and their energy is scattered. That is why they feel tired but unaccomplished. Focus is not just concentration. It is the deliberate choice to guide your attention where it matters most. Focus is a habit. And like all habits, it is built through repeated practice. Start small. Dedicate a short period every day to undivided attention on one task. Eliminate distractions. Turn off your phone. Close unnecessary tabs. Tell yourself, for this moment, I am fully present. Even a few minutes of deep focus trains your brain to stay on target. Over time, the periods of clarity and productivity will lengthen. The quality of your focus determines the quality of your results. Multitasking divides your energy and reduces effectiveness. When you attempt to do many things at once, your brain spends time switching gears instead of progressing. Deep, single-minded focus multiplies productivity. It allows ideas to flow, solutions to appear, and learning to happen faster. Focus is not just about external tasks. It also applies to your inner world. The thoughts you dwell on, the beliefs you repeat, and the images you imagine all deserve focused attention. If you focus on fear, your mind creates more fear. If you focus on growth, your mind finds ways to grow. What you give your attention to expands. Emotional energy and focus are connected. When your emotions are aligned with your goals, focus becomes effortless. Frustration, anger, or doubt scatter your attention. Calm, clarity, and confidence sharpen it. That is why practices like meditation, mindful breathing, and journaling improve focus. They teach your mind to settle and direct energy deliberately. Another key to focus is setting clear priorities. Decide what matters most each day. One clear objective is more effective than many vague intentions. Every action should support that goal. Avoid saying yes to everything because scattered energy weakens your impact. Focus is strengthened when you say no to distractions. Focus also grows with accountability. When you share your goals or track your progress, your brain knows the target is real. This strengthens concentration and persistence. Celebrate small wins, because each success reinforces the habit of attention. The habit of focus is not built overnight. It is created through daily practice, awareness, and patience. But the reward is immense. When your focus is strong, tasks become easier. Decisions become clearer. Goals are achieved faster. Life feels purposeful, not chaotic. In the next chapter, we will explore how repetition turns your focus and energy into permanent mental programming. It is the process that engraves new thoughts and habits into your subconscious mind. That process is reprogramming through repetition. Chapter 10. Reprogramming through repetition. Change is not a one-time event. Real transformation happens through repetition. Your subconscious mind learns by seeing patterns again and again. Every thought, action, and emotion repeated frequently becomes a program that shapes your reality. This is why habits are so powerful. They are nothing more than repeated actions that the mind accepts as normal. When you want to reprogram your mind, repetition is your most reliable tool. It is like planting seeds in a garden. One seed alone will not grow a tree, but when you plant it repeatedly and care for it, it takes root and blossoms. Every positive thought, affirmation, or visualization practiced consistently creates new neural pathways in the brain. Over time, these pathways replace old patterns and old beliefs. Repetition works best when combined with emotion. The subconscious does not respond well to words alone. It responds to feelings. When you imagine yourself succeeding and feel the excitement as if it is real, your mind begins to accept it as truth. Each repetition strengthens the belief, making it more natural and automatic. Eventually, what once felt difficult becomes effortless. Consistency matters more than intensity. It is better to practice small, positive thoughts every day than to try something big once and give up. Repetition is like water dripping on a stone. Over time, it wears away the old surface and creates a new path. Daily commitment builds momentum and reinforces the new programs in your subconscious mind. Repetition is also essential for breaking old habits. When an old pattern tries to take over, counter it with a new thought or action. For example, if stress leads you to react negatively, replace it with a conscious breath, a calm statement, or a small productive step. Each time you respond differently, your mind learns a new program. The old pattern gradually loses strength, and the new one grows stronger. One powerful method is affirmations. Simple statements repeated daily with belief and feeling can rewire your mind. Say, "I am confident." Say, "I am capable." Say, "I am worthy." Combine these words with visualization and emotion, and your subconscious begins to accept them as reality. Over time, they shape your actions, choices, and results. Another method is visualization. Picture yourself living the life you desire. See it clearly, in detail, and with feeling. Imagine the sights, sounds, and emotions as if it is happening right now. Repeat this daily. Your mind does not distinguish between repeated imagination and real experience. Through repetition, your subconscious starts preparing your behavior to match the vision. Reprogramming through repetition also works in learning skills. Practice must be consistent. The brain strengthens pathways by doing the action repeatedly. The same principle applies to thoughts and beliefs. What you repeat becomes who you are. Patience is essential. Change does not happen overnight. The subconscious mind moves slowly, but it moves steadily when guided consistently. Trust the process. Each repetition is a step closer to the person you want to become. Now that you understand how repetition rewires the mind, it is time to explore the next powerful factor that influences your subconscious programming. Your environment shapes your thoughts, emotions, and habits more than you realize. Let's dive into the next chapter. Chapter 11. The Power of Environment. Your environment shapes your mind more than you realize. It is not just the physical space around you, but also the people, sounds, and energy you absorb every day. The mind is like a sponge, constantly soaking in what is around it. If your surroundings are chaotic, negative, or unsupportive, your thoughts and actions will reflect that. But if your environment is positive, inspiring, and aligned with your goals, your mind naturally works in your favor. Many people underestimate how much influence their surroundings have on their success. You might be talented, motivated, and disciplined, but if you spend your time with people who complain, doubt, or criticize, your energy will drain. Your thoughts will follow the negative patterns you see every day. The mind is adaptive. It takes cues from what it experiences most. That is why successful people often carefully curate their environment. They choose who they spend time with, what they watch, and where they live. Physical space matters too. A cluttered, noisy, or disorganized environment creates mental clutter. When your surroundings are chaotic, your mind struggles to focus. But when your space is organized, calm, and intentional, your thoughts flow more easily. A simple desk, clean room, or quiet corner can improve concentration, creativity, and energy. Your environment also includes the media you consume. Social media, news, and entertainment carry strong messages that shape your beliefs and emotions. If you fill your mind with fear, gossip, or negativity, your subconscious will absorb it. But when you choose uplifting content, educational material, and inspiring stories, your subconscious begins to accept new possibilities and higher standards for your life. Energy is contagious. Emotions spread from one person to another. When you spend time with motivated, happy, and ambitious people, you absorb some of that energy. When you are around complaining, fearful, or lazy individuals, their energy rubs off on you as well. This is why your circle of influence matters more than you think. Surround yourself with people who reflect the person you want to become. Environment also includes habits and routines. Your daily schedule is a reflection of the world you live in. Habits of sleep, movement, and focus either support or drain your mental energy. Small changes in routine can dramatically influence your subconscious mind. For example, starting the day with intention, gratitude, or learning sets the tone for productive thoughts and actions. Changing your environment does not always mean moving to a new place. It often means adjusting your mindset, choosing better companions, and curating the inputs you allow into your mind. Protect your energy by setting boundaries with people or influences that drain you. Invite into your life the influences that expand your potential. Your environment acts like fertile soil. It can either grow weeds of doubt, fear, and procrastination, or it can nurture flowers of creativity, courage, and achievement. The choice is yours. Small, consistent adjustments in your environment create ripple effects in your thoughts, habits, and results. Now that you understand how your surroundings influence your mind and behavior, it is time to face the internal obstacles that often hold people back. Even in the best environment, fear can stop progress. The next chapter explores how to overcome that inner barrier. Chapter 12. Overcoming Fear. Fear is one of the most powerful forces in the human mind. It can stop you before you even begin. It can hold back your dreams, keep you in old patterns, and drain your energy. Yet fear is not your enemy. It is a signal, a message from your subconscious mind that something is important to you. The key is not to eliminate fear, but to understand it, face it, and use it as fuel. Fear comes in many forms. Sometimes it is obvious, like fear of failure or rejection. Other times it is subtle, like hesitation, doubt, or worry. Most fears are learned from past experiences or from what we have been taught. They are patterns stored in the subconscious mind. When a situation triggers a similar memory or thought, fear arises automatically. This is why fear can feel overwhelming even when there is no real danger. The first step to overcoming fear is awareness. Notice when fear appears. Name it. Say to yourself, "I feel fear." Awareness creates distance between you and the emotion. It allows you to observe it instead of being controlled by it. Fear only has power when you give it unquestioned attention. The moment you name it, you gain control. The second step is understanding the root of your fear. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Is it failure, embarrassment, loss, or the unknown? Once you identify the source, you can see that fear is not a prophecy. It is just a thought and a feeling. It does not determine your future. You have the ability to choose your response. The third step is action. Fear loses its power when you move despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is taking steps forward while feeling fear. Every small action in the direction of your goal weakens the fear and strengthens your confidence. Repetition of brave actions rewires your subconscious mind to associate growth with possibility rather than danger. Visualization can also help overcome fear. Close your eyes and imagine yourself facing the situation that scares you. See yourself calm, confident, and successful. Feel the emotion of triumph and relief, as if it is real. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagined and real experiences. By practicing this repeatedly, you teach your mind that fear does not have to control your actions. Another tool is reframing. Change the meaning of fear from threat to opportunity. Instead of thinking, I am afraid I will fail, think, I am learning and growing. Instead of thinking, this is dangerous, think, this is a chance to become stronger. Your mind responds to meaning more than facts. When you change the meaning, you change your response. Support also matters. Surround yourself with people who encourage courage. Avoid those who reinforce fear. Words, advice, and energy from others influence your subconscious. Positive support reduces the intensity of fear and gives you strength to move forward. Remember, fear is temporary. Action, courage, and awareness are permanent tools. Each time you face fear, you strengthen your inner mind. Each victory, no matter how small, builds momentum. Over time, fear becomes smaller and your confidence grows larger. Now that you know how to overcome fear, it is time to focus on a practice that strengthens your mind, raises your energy, and attracts more positivity into your life. The next chapter is about the power of gratitude. Chapter 13, The Role of Gratitude. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools for transforming your mind. It is the practice of noticing and appreciating the good in your life. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your mind shifts from limitation to abundance. Gratitude changes the vibration of your energy and signals your subconscious mind that life is positive and worth engaging with fully. Your mind is like a magnet. It attracts what you focus on most. If you focus on problems, stress, or scarcity, your subconscious finds more of the same. But when you focus on appreciation, joy, and abundance, your mind notices opportunities, solutions, and blessings. Gratitude rewires your thoughts from fear to possibility, from negativity to growth. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for big achievements. It is also about noticing small moments. The warmth of sunlight, the taste of a meal, the smile of a stranger, or a kind word from a friend. Each small act of recognition trains your mind to see value everywhere. When you make this a daily habit, your inner world begins to feel richer, happier, and more energized. Science confirms that gratitude is more than a feeling. It changes your brain chemistry. Regular gratitude practice increases dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals of happiness. It strengthens the prefrontal cortex, which governs decision-making and focus. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. In other words, gratitude makes you calmer, sharper, and more resilient. There are simple ways to practice gratitude every day. One is journaling. Write 3 things you are grateful for each morning or night. Be specific and feel the emotion of appreciation as you write. Another is verbal expression. Say thank you to people in your life, even for small acts. Gratitude strengthens relationships and encourages positive energy to circulate. Visualization can also enhance gratitude. Close your eyes and imagine the people, places, and experiences you appreciate. Feel the warmth, joy, and love as if it is happening now. The subconscious mind absorbs these emotions and uses them to attract more positive experiences. Gratitude also shifts perspective during challenges. When something goes wrong, instead of focusing on frustration or loss, find one thing to appreciate. Maybe a lesson, a new skill, or support from others. This does not ignore reality, but it changes how your mind responds. It transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. Emotion is the fuel that makes gratitude effective. The more you feel thankful, the stronger the signal to your subconscious mind. Empty words without emotion have little impact. True gratitude is felt in your body, mind, and heart. Over time, gratitude becomes a habit that rewires your subconscious. Your default state changes from fear to faith, from lack to abundance, from limitation to possibility. Life begins to feel easier, lighter, and more joyful. Opportunities appear naturally because your mind is now aligned with positivity. As you cultivate gratitude, you also strengthen your connection between mind and body. The next chapter will explore that connection and show how your physical state can enhance your mental power. Chapter 14. Mind and Body Connection. Your mind and body are not separate. They are deeply connected, constantly influencing each other. The way you think affects your body, and the way you treat your body affects your mind. Understanding this connection gives you a powerful tool to enhance your mental clarity, emotional balance, and overall energy. When you are stressed, anxious, or fearful, your body responds. Your heart rate increases. Muscles tighten. Breathing becomes shallow. Your body physically mirrors your thoughts and emotions. Over time, chronic stress can weaken your immune system, reduce focus, and limit creativity. The mind-body connection shows that mental patterns are not just thoughts, they are lived experiences in your body. The reverse is also true. When your body is healthy, strong, and energized, your mind performs better. Exercise increases blood flow and oxygen to the brain, improving memory, focus, and mood. Proper nutrition provides fuel for your neurons and hormones, supporting emotional balance. Even simple habits like stretching, walking, or deep breathing can dramatically influence how your mind feels and reacts. Breathing is one of the most immediate ways to influence the mind-body connection. Deep, slow breaths signal your nervous system that you are safe. They calm anxiety, clear mental fog, and increase focus. Many mindfulness and meditation practices use breath as a bridge between body and mind, helping you gain awareness and control over your mental state. Posture also matters. Standing or sitting upright sends signals to your brain that you are confident and capable. Slouching communicates low energy and defeat. Your body sends constant feedback to your subconscious, reinforcing your beliefs and emotions. Changing your physical state can change your mental state almost instantly. Another aspect of the connection is movement. Physical activity releases endorphins and other neurochemicals that reduce stress and increase feelings of happiness. Movement also improves brain plasticity, making it easier to learn new skills and form new habits. Even a short walk, dance, or stretch can reset your mind and give you clarity. Sleep is critical for the mind-body connection. During sleep, the brain processes emotions, consolidates memories, and restores energy. Poor sleep weakens focus, increases negative thinking, and amplifies fear or stress. Taking care of your body through rest is as important as feeding your mind with positive thoughts. Nutrition and hydration influence emotional energy and mental clarity. Certain foods support brain function, while sugar, processed foods, and dehydration can create brain fog, irritability, and low motivation. Your subconscious mind is always noticing how you treat your body, and it responds accordingly. The mind-body connection teaches that your physical health is part of your mental programming. Positive thoughts, gratitude, and focus are amplified when your body is aligned with your intentions. Likewise, mental blocks, fear, and stress weaken physical performance. When you nurture both, you become unstoppable. In the next chapter, we will explore the way you speak to yourself internally. Self-talk is one of the most influential factors in shaping your subconscious programming and your life results. Chapter 15. The Power of Self-Talk. The words you speak to yourself shape the life you live. Self-talk is the inner conversation you have every day. It may seem small, but it carries enormous influence over your thoughts, emotions, habits, and results. Your subconscious mind listens to your self-talk constantly and responds accordingly. The stories you tell yourself create your reality. Most people are unaware of their self-talk. It runs in the background like a tape on repeat. When you say I can't, I'm not enough, or I always fail, your subconscious mind takes it as truth. It silently programs your actions, your focus, and even your emotional energy to match those statements. These words become self-fulfilling prophecies. You start to act, think, and attract what you repeatedly tell yourself. Positive self-talk works the same way. When you say, I am capable, I am learning, or I can handle this, your subconscious begins to align your behavior with these statements. Confidence grows, fear diminishes, focus sharpens. Each empowering phrase strengthens your belief and rewires old patterns in your mind. To use self-talk effectively, begin by noticing your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the words, tone, and repetition of your thoughts. Are they supportive or critical? Do they lift you or weigh you down? Awareness is the first step in transforming your mental programming. You cannot change what you do not observe. Next, consciously replace negative statements with positive ones. Instead of I will fail, say I am prepared to succeed. Instead of I am not ready, say I am learning and growing every day. Repetition is crucial. The more often you repeat empowering self-talk, the more your subconscious mind accepts it as reality. Emotion amplifies self-talk. Simply speaking words without feeling has limited impact. Speak with confidence, excitement, or gratitude. Feel the truth of the words in your body. When self-talk is combined with emotion, visualization, and focus, it becomes a powerful force for reprogramming your mind. Your tone also matters. Speak to yourself like a supportive coach, not a harsh critic. Encouraging self-talk strengthens motivation, resilience, and perseverance. Harsh, judgmental self-talk creates stress, self-doubt, and emotional fatigue. You have the power to change the tone and content of your inner voice. Another important element is consistency. Daily practice of positive self-talk rewires your mental patterns over time. Start small with a few key phrases that resonate with your goals and values. Repeat them during the day, before sleep, or whenever you notice negative thoughts creeping in. Remember, self-talk is not about pretending or ignoring reality. It is about guiding your mind toward constructive, empowering interpretations of events and experiences. Your thoughts are not reality. They are instructions. When you control them, you control your subconscious programming. When used intentionally, self-talk becomes a cornerstone of mental mastery. It strengthens focus, aligns emotion, and shapes belief. It transforms fear into courage, doubt into confidence, and hesitation into action. Now that you understand the power of your inner dialogue, the next chapter will show how to combine all these tools: belief, focus, emotion, environment, and self-talk to become unstoppable. Chapter 16. Becoming Unstoppable. Becoming unstoppable is not about perfection or never failing. It is about mastering your mind and aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your true potential. It is the result of consistent practice, awareness, and deliberate effort. When you combine belief, focus, emotional energy, environment, and self-talk, you create a force that propels you forward regardless of obstacles. Unstoppable people do not wait for motivation. They create momentum through daily habits and small actions. They understand that consistency beats intensity. One deliberate step taken every day leads to progress far greater than occasional bursts of effort. Your mind follows the energy you invest. When you invest in positive, focused, and empowered energy, your subconscious begins to support you. Resilience is a key part of being unstoppable. You will face challenges, setbacks, and fear. They are inevitable. But those who are unstoppable treat difficulties as feedback, not failure. Every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, grow, and strengthen your mind. Each time you rise after a fall, your confidence grows, your habits solidify, and your subconscious programming strengthens. Unstoppable people are not immune to doubt or negative thoughts. They experience the same fears and worries as anyone else. The difference is that they do not give those thoughts unchecked power. They observe them, acknowledge them, and then redirect their attention to what they can control. They turn fear into action, frustration into strategy, and uncertainty into curiosity. The environment you create supports your unstoppable nature. You surround yourself with positivity, inspiration, and people who lift you higher. You eliminate distractions, negative influences, and unnecessary stress. Your environment becomes a catalyst, not a hindrance, for your growth and success. Self-talk is the engine of an unstoppable mind. You speak with encouragement, confidence, and determination. You reinforce belief in your abilities every day. Your subconscious mind accepts these messages and guides your behavior to match them. With practice, your inner dialogue becomes a source of strength rather than doubt. Focus is the laser that directs your energy. You concentrate on what matters most and avoid scattering attention on trivialities. Deep, deliberate focus multiplies your results. It allows you to learn faster, create solutions, and act decisively. Combined with repetition, focus ingrains new habits and beliefs into your subconscious. Gratitude and emotional energy fuel your unstoppable mindset. You notice the good, appreciate progress, and maintain a high vibration. Positive emotions expand your energy field, attract opportunities, and increase resilience. Even in difficult times, gratitude shifts perspective and creates mental clarity. The unstoppable mind is flexible. It adapts to change, learns from mistakes, and embraces growth. It does not cling to the past or fear the future. It lives fully in the present moment while keeping vision and purpose clear. Adaptability ensures that challenges become stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Becoming unstoppable is a journey, not a destination. It is a daily practice of aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your highest potential. Each small choice builds momentum. Each empowered thought strengthens your subconscious. Each intentional action moves you closer to your goals. As you integrate all the principles you have learned, belief, focus, emotional energy, self-talk, environment, gratitude, and mind-body connection, you become a force that cannot be easily deterred. Your mind is your greatest ally, and when trained correctly, it makes you unstoppable. In the next and final chapter, we will explore how to take everything you have learned and step into a new version of yourself, a mind that is fully reprogrammed and ready to create the life you desire. Chapter 17. The New You. The journey of reprogramming your mind ends not with a single moment, but with a transformation that unfolds over time. The new you is not someone different in appearance or circumstance. It is the same person, but with a mind that is trained, aligned, and empowered. The new you thinks clearly, acts with purpose, and responds to life with confidence rather than fear. The new you understands that your thoughts create your reality. You have learned that beliefs shape actions, actions shape habits, and habits shape results. With this knowledge, you make conscious choices about what you feed your mind. You no longer allow negative thoughts, doubts, or limiting beliefs to control your life. Instead, you choose thoughts that empower, motivate, and inspire growth. Your emotions are under your guidance. Fear is no longer a barrier, but a signal to act with awareness and courage. Frustration becomes a teacher, showing where improvement is needed. Joy, excitement, and gratitude fuel your energy, making life richer and more vibrant. You understand that emotional energy is a tool to be used deliberately, not a force that controls you unconsciously. The new you has mastered the language of the mind. You visualize your goals with clarity, speak to yourself with kindness and confidence, and feel the emotions of success before it even happens. Your subconscious mind is aligned with your conscious desires, creating harmony between intention and action. Every day, you reinforce the programs that support your growth, health, and happiness. Focus and discipline are your allies. You direct your attention where it matters most and avoid distractions that scatter your energy. Repetition of positive thoughts and constructive actions has ingrained new habits into your subconscious. These habits guide your behavior effortlessly, allowing you to act consistently toward your goals. Your environment now supports your highest potential. You surround yourself with people, places, and influences that uplift and inspire. Negative energy and distractions no longer dominate your space. Instead, your surroundings reflect and amplify the mindset you are cultivating within yourself. The mind-body connection is fully integrated into your life. You treat your body with care, understanding that physical health enhances mental clarity and emotional balance. Nutrition, exercise, sleep, and movement are part of your routine because you know that a healthy body supports a powerful mind. Gratitude has become a natural state. You notice the blessings in your life, both big and small. Appreciation shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, opening your mind to more opportunities and positive experiences. Gratitude strengthens resilience and keeps your energy high, even in challenging times. The new you is unstoppable because you understand that setbacks are temporary and growth is continuous. Every challenge is an opportunity to reinforce your inner strength, expand your capabilities, and deepen your wisdom. You move forward with confidence, knowing that your mind is your greatest ally. Most importantly, the new you understands that change is a lifelong journey. You continue to refine your thoughts, emotions, and habits. You practice focus, self-talk, and gratitude daily. You are committed to growth, learning, and evolution. With every day, you step closer to your highest self, fully reprogrammed, unstoppable, and ready to create the life you desire. Your mind is no longer a battlefield of fear and doubt. It is a garden of possibility, creativity, and power. You are the architect of your reality. You are the new you. This completes your journey through the principles of becoming unstoppable. Now every thought, every action, and every choice can serve the life you truly want. The power has always been within you, and now it is fully awakened.